of our meeting yesterday. And maybe before we start, I would like to ask you consider the alternative day to reschedule if we cannot make a class on Wednesday. It's not fixed now, but lately I have information that maybe I will have a regular meeting on Wednesday. So I will share my schedule to the chair of this class, Fadel, and you can consider it's the best alternative if we need to make in another day. Okay, for this meeting, we will start with the first material about scope and method of economic. I hope some of you already read the book. So the first one is about what is the meaning of economic. In here, Fire and Oster define economic as the study of how individual and society choose to use the scarce resource that nature and previous generation have provided. In here, we should underline and emphasize the keyword is choose because there is a scarce resource. And economic is a behavioral or social and science, and in a large measure, it is study of who people make choices. So the choices that people make and when added up will translate into societal choices. For example, when we go to the president election, we know that we have individual preference, but when it comes up to the society, it will be the societal choices. Okay, this is the definition of economics. From this definition, maybe you can guess what is economics with the A, B, C, or D, which is the right one. Anyone?
Is it a book?
The keyword is there is should be choices. So the right answer should be C. Economic is behavioral science that study how people make choices. So maybe I can add some keyword. Why we should make a choice because there is a scarce resource. Therefore, we cannot have all of the resource. So we have to select what is the optimum resource that we can get. Therefore, there is a choose in the economic. Okay. And the next one is the definition about three fundamental concepts from opportunity cost, marginalism, and also efficient market. Okay. Since all of you from science in the senior high school, but maybe you know the meaning of opportunity cost because we have a lot of alternative, and the alternative probably is, what can I say? Only one can select it as the optimum alternative. Therefore, we should sacrifice the other alternative. When we don't select the other alternative will have costs. And this cost meaning as opportunity cost. So from this definition, we can get opportunity cost as the best alternative that we forego or give up when we make a choice or a decision. So for example, we have three alternatives, or maybe when you come to as undergraduate student, you have three choice. You can enter on IUP class or regular class, or maybe in another class, another scheme of class. So we have three choice. When you select to join the EUP class, and later you get the announcement that you also can join the regular class, but you feel that it's better for you to choose the IUP class. Maybe you have opportunity cost because you didn't select the regular class. Could you understand what I mean? So because we don't select the best alternative for from the perspective of cost, therefore the opportunity cost is occur. This is the meaning of opportunity cost. Therefore, next question, what is opportunity cost? Anyone want to try? Yeah. Okay, that's good. B, because we give up for some alternative and not making this as our choice. Therefore, the opportunity cost is occur. Okay, next, from opportunity cost, we also have marginalism. The meaning of marginalism is the process of analyzing the additional or incremental cost or benefit arising from a choice or decision. So when we have a lot of alternative, we know that there is a difference between these alternative. And for this difference, we can get the marginalism value. And from marginalism, we can compare to get the optimal choice or optimal decision. Instead of marginalism, there is also sunk cost. The difference between the opportunity cost and sunk cost. The opportunity cost, actually, we still have time to select the best alternative, but we forgo to those alternative. Meanwhile, for the sunk cost, this cost cannot be avoided regardless of what is done in the future because they have already been incurred. For example, if you buy some product and you think that the quality is good, but after that, after the shipment and you got your parcel, the product is broken and you need to replace the product with the new one, and it takes time. Actually, you need to use it at the time, but because you spend a lot of time and then you feel that maybe you get worse because the product is cannot use, therefore the sunk cost is added in here, but we cannot avoid it that the product is broken. So it just we get from the product that cannot use, but we cannot avoid it, the sunk cost occur. This is the meaning of sunk cost. We don't have any option. Okay. And from the sunk cost, we also have the meaning of efficient market. In here, we can say a market is efficient when the profit opportunity are eliminated almost instantaneously. However, in the real world, it's so difficult to find efficient market because a lot of competitor, and also we know that the cost may be always increase with the product, and there is a lot of factor that we need to consider. So it's little, not little, it's hard to build an efficient market in here. From efficient market, so we also have information about industrial revolution. I think you already know about industrial revolution, right? In the introductory of industrial engineering course. Have you? Okay, anyone want to tell about the Industrial Revolution? What happened when Industrial Revolution? What is the major change? So it called as revolution. Mhm. Okay, thank you, Satrio. Uh, Anyone remember who is our father of Industrial Revolution? Because when the Industrial Revolution happened, and then the industrial engineering is introduced to the society. Do you know the father of industrial engineer? Did you take the course for human machine interaction or maybe design of human system? Have you? Not yet. No. Have you heard about Frederick W. Taylor?
Uh,
Yes, bro.
heard of
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe not quite a lot.
Frederick W. Taylor is known as the father of industrial revolution because at that moment, not only consider about the man energy, but there is also optimization of machine. So, like in the slide, you can see that there is change for manufacturing technology that not only using man energy, but also using automatic machine. So it's called as industrial revolution. And from industrial revolution, there is a lot of change, not only for the how we work, but also for a lot of paradigm. So maybe we can discuss later about the effect of industrial revolution. Okay, and the next one is about the example of global affair, how economic is essential to understanding the global affair. In here, maybe it's old example because right now iPod is uh, not well known. Yeah, just let we see this book is published in 2009. I'm not sure you already birthed or not. May I know when you birthed, the year?
Mostly 2005 and 2006, man.
Oh, okay. Still 3 years, right? Well, in that time, iPod is very famous because it's new technology and also it changed how the people interact. And from the New York Times, it summarized in the book. You can see later about the story about iPod and the world, how an iPod can give participate in the global value. Okay, next about the how we can to be an informed citizen. Knowledge of economic is essential to be an informed citizen because when we participate in the political process, we are voting on issues that require a basic understanding of economic. Okay, I think it's not important and we can move to, yeah. There is two kind of economic. It's divided into the first one, microeconomic, the branch of economic that examine the functioning of individual industry and the behavior of individual decision-making unit. We will discuss this in the first session. So we will focus on microeconomics that only including the individual industry and also individual decision making. And in other hand, macroeconomic is the branch of economic that examine the economic behavior of aggregate. So it's usually include the national economic information such as income, employment, output, and the other. So this is will be the national scale. And for the microeconomic, maybe it conclude of business firms, company, or household. So now we can divide macroeconomics with the subject is company and household, meanwhile for macroeconomic is about the national scale. Okay. Later, you can see the difference between the microeconomics and macroeconomic based on the production, price, income, and employment. So, for example, for the perspective of production, microeconomics is including production or output in individual industry, and macroeconomics is national production output. So, when in a nation there is a lot of industry, we need to have the aggregate value from individual industry and it can be the national production. I think you will study about the macroeconomic in the second session with Mr. Rimba later. Okay. Instead of macroeconomic and microeconomic, there is also information and definition about the field of economic, such as the comparative economic system, econometric, till the finance. Please read by yourself at home, and if you have any question, we can discuss about it. Okay, and the next one, yeah, another question. Which of the following statement is correct? Anyone can guess? It's about the difference between microeconomic and macroeconomic. Which the statement is correct? B? Okay. Thank you, Satrio. Yeah, B. Study of employment in the semiconductor industry would be categorized as a macroeconomic study. Can I know your reason why B is the correct one? Okay, the individual industry in this example is the semiconductor industry. Okay, thank you, Satrio. And the other, for example, here they said about the domestic economy, so it should be macroeconomic. And next, the aggregate economic behavior. Aggregate here is the whole of economic in one nation, so it should be macroeconomic as well. And also the last one, study about fiscal and monetary policy and government policy. We know that government policy can influence the nation economic, so it should be the macroeconomic. Okay. Next, we also have positive economic and normative economic. And here, we can say positive economic as an approach to economic that seeks to understand behavior and the operation of system without making judgment. So it describes what exists and how it works. And normative economic is an approach to economic that analyze outcome of economic behavior, evaluate them as good or bad, and my prescribed course of action, also called policy economic. So in positive economic, we just observe and then describe about what happened in our economic situation. However, for normative economic, we instead of only describe and also observe, we should analyze and make a decision based on the evaluation that we already choose, so we can have the policy economics. Okay, from the normative and positive economic, we also have descriptive economic, the compilation of data that describe phenomena and facts. And the last one is economic theory, a statement or set of related statement about cause and effect, action and reaction. I think whole of the material will be a lot of definition, but I hope that in the exam it will be holding an open book. So I think the definition you could memorize and understand by yourself. So let's make it fast. Next question about if you apply your own value to judge economic decision. Do you remember which one economic would you be applying if we use the judge economic decision?
Is it evil?
E, yeah. Thank you, Nico. Normative economic. Okay. Well, we finished the definition of economic and then we move to theory and models. So usually to describe the economic situation, we use a model as a formal statement of a theory. So usually a mathematical statement of a presumed relationship between two or more variables that consisting in economic situation can describe into some model and we can analyze to get the optimal decision. In part of model, there is also another definition about variable. We use variable as a measure that can change from time to time or from observation to observation. So as you can see, we can have model when we already define the variable, two or more variable, so we can get the relationship between two or more variable. Usually we use regression method as a simplest one to have the relationship about two or more variable. Okay, and there is also Occam razor, the principle that irrelevant detail should be cultivated. So if we know that there is another variable that maybe it's not have a lot of contribution to the model, we can cut away the variable. So we just consider the most contribute to the model. Okay. We also have ceteris paribus. Have you heard about ceteris paribus? In here, usually ceteris paribus is all as equal, or if we have a lot of option, we assume that all option is have equal value. So a device used to analyze the relationship between two variable while the value of other variable are held unchanged. So usually when we know or analyze some variable, the other variable may be also changed. So when we have to analyze one variable, we should assume that another variable is unchanged. Maybe we can study about the ceteris paribus in more detail when we study about sensitivity analysis. You will have the sensitivity analysis in fourth semester in engineering economic. Okay. And next, economic model. Anyone wanna guess which one is the right answer?
Maybe B.
Pardon? B. Okay, Ahmed. B. Yeah, economic model are simplification of reality that focus only on key relationship and ignore less relevant detail. What the meaning of ignore less relevant detail? We use Ockham razor. So when we delete the irrelevant detail, we can use the term of Ockham razor. Okay, next. How we can describe the model, the most common method of expressing the quantitative relationship between two variables is using graph. So by graphing, we can get the relationship at least on a two-dimensional plane. Maybe I will show you later about the meaning of relationship between variable. Okay, next is about post hoc and also fallacy of competition. Post hoc ergo propter hoc, literally after this in time, therefore because of this. A common error made in thinking about causation. If event A happened before event B, it is not necessarily true that A caused B. This is the meaning of post hoc. So when A happened before B, it, it never, it not always that A caused by B. And the fallacy of composition, meaning that the erroneous belief that what is true for a part is necessarily true for the whole. So when someone believes part is true, maybe it cannot assume that the whole is also true. So we can say it's a fallacy composition. And empirical economic is the collection and use of data to test economic theory. So when we found empirical terms in here to study about empirical, we should collect the data for survey or maybe observation and so on. Then we can have the empirical study. So in here, when economics say empirical, it should have data that are already collected before. Okay. The criteria for judging economic outcomes, the first one is efficiency, equity, growth, and stability. For, wait a minute, the efficiency, meaning is in economic allocative efficiency. An efficient economic is one that produces what people want at the least possible cost. Okay. The difference with the effective is maybe the effective just try to produce what people want, but not consider the least possible cost. It can be the maximum cost, but it the goal is to get or produce what people want. We can call it as an effective way. However, for efficiency, in here, the difference is not only to produce what people want, but we should know that the cost it should be the least possible. This is the meaning of efficiency. For equity, is the fairness between some situation with another situation. And the economic growth, we can say the economic occurs growing because an increase in the total output of an economy. The total output can be the produce of some product or maybe the income of the society, and the other can increase with the value. We can say it will be the economic growth. And also stability here say that Stability is a condition in which national output is growing steadily with low inflation and full employment of resource. Okay, the last question. Which of the following criteria for judging economic outcomes refers to producing what people want at least possible cost? It's too easy, PC. Which one? Okay. Yeah, efficiency. Okay. From this meeting, we already study about some definition from ceteris paribus, descriptive economic until variable. Before we finish this class, do you have any question? And we still have 6 minutes. Maybe I will show you the meaning of relationship about two variable. Please wait. Okay, do you have any question? Do you have
All
class
clear, Bu.
tomorrow? Yeah, thank you,
Uh,
Aldi. Mhm.
yes, Bu, we have class. We have two class tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Wait. Hmm, not find my paper. Oh, sorry. This one. Okay. Let me share. We still have 5 minutes, right? Okay. Could you see my screen now? Yeah. Okay. This paper describe about the relationship between pricing and investment decision that affect the customer acceptance to a product. So I use 3 variable in here. So this is the meaning of descriptive economic. We know the relationship, for example, in the first graph. Wait, yeah, nah, okay. In the A, here, as you can see, there's the relationship between initial market size to optimal warranty length. So we can use this graph to describe what is happen if we increase the initial market size from, for example, from 0 to 0.8. And how about the optimal warranty? The relationship not always increase as well, but maybe it will be decrease. In this example, when the initial market size is larger, the optimal warranty length will be also larger. However, for the another variable, I think I will show you the another one. Minute. No, it's too big. Oh, sorry. All of this paper is when some variable increase and the another is increase. I think I have the reverse situation, but I'm not sure which paper. I will find it and show you in the next meeting. So the another variable that described here is quality investment level to optimal price. So in this paper, I try to define what happened with the relationship about quality investment level as the variable and also the optimal price as the decision variable. So we can decide when we want to get the optimal price, how many level for quality investment should we choose to produce some product. Okay, this is open access, so I think it's easy for you to download this paper. Well, at this moment, I think that's all that I can share to you. Before we finish this class, do you have question? I'm sorry because it's too late to have class at night. Mhm. You can have three variables at the same time, but maybe I will show you later about my paper that I use three-dimensional graph to describe three variable. I I just try to find, but I cannot. Yeah.
Excuse me, Bu.
Yeah.
Where can I download the paper, Bu?
Pardon?
Where can I download the paper?
Ah, you can try to find on Google or maybe Google Scholar, or maybe next time I will show you how to search some paper and it will can you get to try have an insight of paper.
Okay, Bu.
You
Sorry,
can
Bu.
try to Google Scholar. Have you?
Yes,
No.
already.
Yeah.
I already did the Scholar.
Mhm.
What are the
Yes.
titles of the paper?
Ah, pricing decision and wait a minute. Just try to find out my name and you can get the paper. You can type my name and you can get the paper.
Okay, Bu.
Yeah. Or still have time. 1 minute. Sorry. So let's wait, wait, wait. Yeah. Yeah, I think later I will show you more about how to search some paper because it's not enough.
Okay, Bu.
Mhm.
Bu, could you
Yeah.
send the PowerPoint, Bu?
Ah, I already upload in the folder. Could you find it?
Is it in brown, Bu?
Not in brown, in Drive.
Oh, okay.
When in the first meeting, I have show the QR code.
Oh, yeah,
So,
Bu.
uh-huh. But if you cannot find, I will send you